God. Okay. I live in Illinois. Okay. The state of cornfields, just like Iowa. I live near a cornfield. In fact, like what, 3 blocks away from me, there's a cemetery and then there's a cornfield. I go walking around the cemetery like I do every night. Okay, I go walking around the cemetery. I'm walking up the back side of the cemetery and I look over to the cornfield and I see this kid standing there with a knife. Just like this, just looking at me. He had the knife like this. What is he doing? What's going on here? I kind of stopped and I just looked at him and he just keeps staring. Who is this kid? He's sitting there staring at me for like a minute. So I just start walking again. Then I look back and he's not there. What? What is... This makes me want to watch a movie right now. I'll be back. Children of the Corn, 1984 American supernatural horror film based on the Stephen King short story from 1977. This movie had an $800,000 budget and it made $14.6 million at the box office. So it made some money. This movie was directed by Fritz Kirsch and it stars Linda Hamilton and Peter Horton. The story is about an entity referred to as He Who Walks Behind the Rose. And I didn't really understand that when they keep saying that in this movie. He Who Walks Behind the Rose. I kept thinking, rose? You mean like a flower? Like a rose that you smell and give to somebody on Valentine's Day? Is that what kind of rose we're talking about? No, it's not rose, R-O-S-E. It's rose, R-O-W-S. Like cornrows. I was so stupid back then, I didn't even know what was going on. This entity entices young children in this small town to kill the adults. I love the beginning of this movie because the adults are sitting in this cafe and they're having their coffee and they're eating food. All of a sudden these kids come in and start killing them, slitting their throats, stabbing them, and you have Isaac, the leader of the kids, standing in the window smiling. Just like, move aside, Damien, from The Omen. Move aside. Okay? We got Isaac. That's who we have. So Isaac is the leader of these kids. He organizes everything. He is the only one who can talk to He Who Walks Behind the Rose. Just give the person a name. This entity. Is it the devil? Like, who is it? I'm tired of them saying He Who Walks Behind the Rose. Who's walking behind the rose? Nobody. They have this scarecrow out in the rows of corn, but that's about it. But you know what? He talks to this thing. And he's the one who tells these kids and puts it in their heads, you know, brainwashes them pretty much. Hey, you need to start killing in this ritual fashion. He's played by John Franklin, and he is amazing. A great actor. He actually returns for one of the sequels. I think it's like Isaac's Return. I'm not really sure what. I think it's like Children of the Corn 666 or something like that. And he's much older, but it's really cool to see him play the Isaac character. He's like one of my favorite villains in horror movie history. He's just awesome. Then you have Courtney Gaines, who plays Malachi, which is Isaac's right-hand man. Does anything Isaac says, even though Malachi could take out Isaac just like that. You know, he could just be like, he could bitch slap Isaac and he'd be out. There is one part of the movie where Malachi actually turns against him. But Courtney Gaines, he's awesome. He has this intimidating feature about him when he's on screen. I mean, he's a kid, but still, he has this thing about him where you don't want to mess with him. Like, he's very just intimidating when he has a weapon in his hand. So in ritual fashion, the children start to murder all the adults in this town. So there's nothing left but children. And they kind of assemble out in the cornfield and worship this cross scarecrow thing. And also Isaac, who is basically preaching to these kids. And then you have Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton, who are driving across the country, show up in this town and realize that something's wrong here. There's no adults. Everything looks abandoned. And even kids die in this film. I mean, Malachi starts to kill a couple of kids, actually. And I do like the effects in this. But still, Peter Horton, man, he is being chased by all these kids. And mind you, you know, these kids are obviously younger than him and they can run faster. He's sitting there running from all these kids and trying to get away from them. And they have weapons and stuff like that. And these kids can get into places where, you know, obviously adults can't. So I think it's kind of creepy in that way. But Linda Hamilton is great in this movie too. But I love Peter Horton. He's just really, really awesome. But the reason why they're, you know, killing these adults and stuff is because he who walks behind the rose wants this to actually have a successful harvest. Corn harvest, so to say. What a way to have a successful corn harvest. I mean, you know, there's rituals out there where, you know, people in other countries do stuff to animals and stuff. But, you know, here, let's just slaughter humans, you know, the adults, and then there you go. Good harvest. That's a good sign. Slit your throat. Oh, good corn harvest. Those tomatoes are looking fantastic. Honestly, I don't know. I love it. This movie is fun from beginning to end. And this, of course, is the Arrow Video version with the awesome slipcover, but then I switched, you know, the case cover to the original cover art. I love the original cover art. I think it's amazing. What the hell was that? Alright guys, I had to stop this really quick because I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm just sitting here doing this review and all of a sudden it felt like a bomb went off or something. Like, honestly, I got lifted out of my seat. I don't know if you guys heard that. My neighbors across the street, they're having a get-together, like a fire, which is not even a burn day. I don't know why they're doing it. But anyway, I opened my window and they're laughing over there. I'm not sure. It just sounded like someone set off something. And it was really loud, and you know how an earthquake kind of shakes you? I got lifted out of my seat because of it. I thought maybe that was weird. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm sorry about this, but I had to... Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless right now. I don't know what that was. Anyway, this movie is great. It's definitely a classic when it comes to the horror genre. And I guarantee probably everyone in the horror community, especially on YouTube, has seen this movie. When it comes to the sequels, you know, they're kind of hit and miss. Some of them are really, really bad. Especially that remake, the TV remake or whatever that was pretty bad. I would say, you know, Children of the Corn 2 and even 3, I don't mind. But still, there's no beating the first. Okay, this is where it started right here. But fantastic movie. The cool thing about this movie is that the filming took place in Iowa as well as California. But, you know, Iowa is nothing but corn, you know, flatlands, farming, and all that stuff. You know, that's right next to me. I'm in Illinois. Iowa's right there, and it looks just like Illinois, to be honest.